Paul,
What?
I'm excited for the show today.
Why?
We have a real live customer coming on the show.
That's a big deal.
It is. No, yeah, I think
That's a hard thing to do, is to get
yeah.
those things to line up.
Not
sometimes.
just schedules, but usually, it has to go through several departments.
Right, approvals and
it's just so exciting that we get to talk to somebody who uses specifically in this conversation we're talking drill pipe, so uses our Grand Prideco drill pipe and can speak to that experience from their perspective.
Right. So we were talking to Nick Ward today.
That's right. I was going to say, should we say
with Stena? So
yes.
a great customer of ours, and kind of the partnership that Stena and NOV have been having. He was great. It was a great conversation, really enlightening, and I really liked seeing kind of how they have a vision and we're able to match that vision that they have. That he talked about challenge, like we'd like to bring a challenge to NOV, and I like seeing that our people were able to come up with solutions to meet those challenges and give them what they needed.
Spoiler alert. Giving it away.
Or maybe we didn't.
Or maybe. No, I think this is a really awesome conversation. I'm excited for people to hear exactly what you're talking about.
Cool. All right.
Let's get into it.
Yep.
Yes, I'm very excited. We have here in the studio today Nick Ward, managed pressure drilling manager.
That's correct.
At Stena.
Yep.
Is that right? Yes. Every time I get a title correct, an angel gets its wings.
Yes, we think that's funny.
Yeah. No, but thank you so much for coming.
Thanks for being here.
Appreciate having you here.
No problem. Delighted to be here.
Great.
I think there's always an extra exciting energy when we get a customer.
I was going to say, that's a hard thing to do, so I appreciate you being here. This is really great. It's special for us to...
No, that's fine. I was told to be here, so...
The truth comes out.
And I was happy to come.
No, but regardless...
Voluntold, we still appreciate it.
We try to do things, because we do lots of video work too, and, trying to be on customer sites, sometimes it's a difficult thing to try to line up priorities or line up things on travel schedules and things like that. So having this work is a really special thing. So thanks for being here.
No, glad to be here.
My first question I want to ask, what is the relationship like between NOV and Stena?
Well, first and foremost, it's a fundamental relationship. It's NOV are probably, I'm pretty sure, our number one service company, provider of equipment and services. All of our rigs are NOV rigs, as we would call them. The top side, the drilling equipment, it is NOV. So our relationship is fundamental to our business.
Right.
And that does extend beyond the drilling equipment to other equipment across the entire fleet and to lots of initiatives.
Yeah. So, like, what are we kind of talking about here? Like, are there specifically...
So the drilling packages, the top drive, the drill, the mud pumps, the drill pipe that we use to drill these wells, it's all coming from NOV, or certainly a significant amount of it is coming from NOV.
Yeah.
I saw a video that was posted recently, a little Easter egg if you go on LinkedIn, but with Stena and Grand Prideco. So could you speak a little bit about the relationship with Grand Prideco and drill pipe specifically?
So obviously we're a drilling contractor. Drilling is what we do. That's our expertise. And
pipe is kind of important to us.
It's kind of important.
It is fundamental to it. If we didn't have the pipe, we would just have a drill turning on surface and not a lot happening. So drill pipe is fundamental to what we do, and Grand Prideco is one of our major, if not our main supplier of drill pipe.
So with some of the recent offshore projects y'all have you noticed any changes with either your teams or your customers in regards to drill pipe and kind of their impact on those projects?
Everything's getting bigger, everything's getting longer, everything's getting deeper, everything's getting, requiring higher capacity, tensile strength, torsional strength. Our clients are pushing us to push our equipment further and further.
Right.
And to do that, we need to work with our service companies, our providers, to make sure that we have the equipment that's capable of doing that.
Right. I watched that video that y'all just made, and they talked about like 35,000 feet, 39,000 feet. They mentioned, I think the guy on the video talked about, how high an airplane flies? Yeah, that's how deep, we're drilling. So the requirements of the equipment are becoming much, much greater for safety, for performance. And so, I mean, if I gotta bump NOV's Grand Prideco, drill pipe, hey, let's do that. You're going to need Grand Prideco to do that. So I think that's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
absolutely.
It's particularly here in the Gulf. We are really pushing the envelope in terms of depth, and that is requiring drill pipe that is the biggest I've seen when I first came here to the Gulf, and I saw the size of the tool joints on the drill pipe and the derrick. It was noticeable.
Right.
It was so big.
Wow.
I have maybe a two-parter question.
Uh-oh.
So for the first part, from your perspective, what do you think has made the collaboration between Stena and NOV and Grant Prideco specifically so successful? And then looking at it from a global perspective, how have drilling operations been impacted by this collaboration?
Well, it's a very long-standing relationship. So it's been built over the entire history of our company, which is more than 25 years. And many of our relationships existed with legacy companies, which subsequently became NOV. So we have been around and we have seen the changes in NOV. We have seen NOV come in and assume those companies. So we have worked with NOV throughout that entire journey. I think an important part as well is that it's a bit of a cliche, but collaboration, of course, it's essential. But the reason I think it works with NOV is that we are very willing to challenge NOV on some of the things that we're told. And that's just the natural state of play when you're working with service companies. Everybody has their own perspective. Everybody has their own little thing or thing that they are in charge of, and they look at it in a certain way. And when someone comes and asks, can we do this, that's slightly outside there, the answer you'll initially get back might be conservative, say. That's not to say that the company will or the person will lack ambition or innovation. That's not the case. But they are looking at it in a very specific way.
Right.
And what it requires is the client to challenge the provider in the same way that our clients challenge us to do new things.
Right.
So we're very willing to challenge NOV to push the envelope, and NOV are very willing to meet that challenge. And
I was about to ask. I hope you're meeting that. You're getting reciprocated with that challenge.
And but it's a very collaborative, and it's you have to go on that journey. It can't just be a case of we want this thing that's brand new. You've never done it before. You've never seen it before. In fact, you probably don't even understand what I'm asking for right now. No one's ever going to say, yes, absolutely, let's do it. But that would be the wrong way to do it. You need to work together and go on a journey and get there. And we've got lots of experience and lots of examples of that with, I'd say, drill pipe is absolutely one of them. We're working or have been working on the development of some specialty tools with Grant Prideco, specifically for my discipline, for MPD. Slick drill pipe, which to kind of very quickly describe it is like a 6 5/8 body drill pipe with a 5 7/8 tool joint, so a 7-inch tool joint, traditionally used with 5 7/8 pipe.
Right.
We call that slick drill pipe, and what that gives us is a very smooth transition between body and tool joint that is perfect to use with our MPD sealing elements, our riser isolation device, or slimline annular. These things are notorious in the industry for being really difficult to strip drill pipe through.
Right.
And the reason is the upset between the pipe body and the tool joint is quite significant, particularly in the Gulf, as I say, where these tool joints are huge.
Right.
You're going from 6 5/8 pipe body to maybe 8 7/8 tool joint. So it's got quite a step on there. And to try and pull that through a rubber sealing element that's being forced closed with many thousands of PSI hydraulic pressure, it's very, very difficult.
Yeah.
And so we have used this kind of specialty slick pipe to remove the problem effectively. Now, it comes with challenges because the tool joint is a fundamental part of our handling of drill pipe. We use it to work with the drill pipe elevators. It's how we pick up the pipe. So we have to figure out ways to do that. But being able to utilised that particular piece of kit has solved so many problems in the MPD space for us, and that's been probably one of the biggest successes from the collaboration between Stena and NOV Grant Prideco in my space.
I'm curious about just the slick pipe specifically. Was that something that NOV was already offering and that you took, or you just or that was a challenge that you gave, like you were saying, like we need a solution for this, and then that was developed from that request?
We certainly didn't invent it. However, I believe our use of it to solve MPD problems was pretty innovative about 7 or 8 years ago down in Guyana, where we were drilling for our client. So we took what was an existing, I wouldn't say it was a product per se, it was definitely a one-off sort of piece of kit, but we knew that it was around. I think it was a rental company we initially got it off of. Subsequently, we went and got some specially made by Grant Prideco. And the key thing for me, the major success, is maybe not the technical success. It's actually been the procurement success, because you've got your your drill pipe manufacturing facility up in Navasota. It deals with the number you mentioned, 35,000 feet of pipe,
world class.
When I turn up and say, I need 6 joints of drill pipe, they're like, yeah, okay. That's
get to the back of the line.
That's not really how we work.
Right, no.
So, but it's really important for me.
Right.
I need that product. I don't want to rent it because renting's very expensive. And I know that I need this long term. So I want it long term. I want to own it.
Right.
So the major success recently was being able to work with the Grant Prideco team back in Scotland, in Portlethen. We worked on effectively piggybacking on an existing drill pipe order. So what we had was we were ordering a load of 6 5/8 drill pipe. We were ordering a load of 5 7/8 drill pipe. So we said, well, can we take some of the pipe body, take some of those tool
put them
joints,
together,
put them together on the end of the manufacturing run, and we were able to figure that out. Now it wasn't easy. There was as I said earlier, we were asking for something that some people didn't quite understand what we were talking about initially. But when we explained it, once we had the right people in the room from both parties and we were able to figure it out, we were able to find a solution on a procurement level that met our needs absolutely and was within the capabilities of NOV Grant Prideco, which was that was a massive success.
Great.
Yeah, I think that's exciting to hear, because at least from like a marketing standpoint and doing this show, we have a lot of conversations where, you know, we say a lot, we like to work with our customers and see what they need and meet those needs, kind of in that collaborative style. So it's nice to also hear to hear the perspective from the customer.
Yeah, I mean,
it's true.
Right. If we're talking about a collaboration or a relationship between companies, like it sounds like you have a particular amount of vision, right? Y'all have a vision for where you want to go, for what you want to do, and you need a supplier or a manufacturer that has that same type of vision, can match those challenges, either to provide you with what you're asking or to already have something that maybe you're not thinking about. I would think I've seen that pop up in multiple instances in my 20 years being in the company. Yeah. So that those visions kind of have to match and balance with each other. For that relationship to kind of really be success.
It's also, to talking about the relationship we have as well, is that we've got a solid relationship at all levels throughout the organisation. You know, at the you know, let's say the working level, at managerial level, at corporate level. Yeah. I'm sure, I know, everything's important. Everything's a priority.
Right.
That's the way it is. And my clients come to me and tell me everything's a priority, and I come to find out, actually, well, that wasn't, because you've dropped it and you're not talking to me anymore about it. Yeah. I'm sure that's even more acute for equipment suppliers and manufacturers. Everything's a priority and everything is required the next day. Right. What's important and what's I think we have in a relationship is that we are able to have the right conversations at the right levels when something is really important. Right. You know, when something is, this is a priority for our company, this is a fundamental priority, I can move that up the food chain in my organisation, who can have the right conversation with their counterpart at NOV, that can then work its way back down and we can make things happen. So that's certainly something I've observed in terms of the relationship between Stena and NOV.
I think that's it's validating, at least for me, that when we come on this show every time and we're either talking about an NOV product or a service we provide, we're not just blowing smoke.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
I'm glad it's actually doing the thing that we say we want it to do, and that our people are responding in the way that we think that this is how we work. This is how we live out our professional lives, and to work that way. So I'm glad it's showing itself true for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm curious how, like, in the lifetime of this relationship, I know you said it's going back a while now. How has it changed? How has the relationship grown since you've seen it?
I think we collaborate on more and more things. I mean, I'm seeing, I'd say in the last 5 years, there has been a big drive in the industry, driven by the operators, for more collaboration between
Right.
service companies and the drilling contractor is ultimately, in the drilling sphere, we're the biggest service
I've heard that
company.
same theme as well. Yeah.
And we're being asked to work with everyone else, all the other service companies we're collectively providing a drilling service to the operator. We're being asked to work together to find efficiencies, to make more projects economic so that we can keep this industry
Right.
turning and delivering the essential thing that it delivers for
People.
the world.
Yeah.
So I'm seeing so much more collaboration, I think, in the last 5 years. One of those is on automation in particular. That's a massive drive. So we are doing a lot of work with NOV on the NOVOS platform to drive automation on our rigs, And in my sphere, in MPD, we've been working on quite a few projects recently where going back to that collaboration, that constant back and forth, that iterative, well, this is what we need,
Right.
yeah, but this is what we can give you. Well, we need a little bit more. Well, we can give you half of that. You know, I'm talking in general terms, but I've been going through that process quite a lot with the NOVOS team, and I believe we have landed in a place recently where we're going to be able to deliver some NOVOS functionality that is going to make our MPD, managed pressure drilling connections, far more efficient than they currently are, specifically controlled mud level CML. This is a very new technology for the Gulf, let's say, for deep water in particular. It's a very new technology using controlled mud level where we control the level in the riser to manage the hydrostatic on the bottom of the well, which is effectively our fundamental job in drilling. And to control that riser level is a very fine process, which is critical. We need to change that riser level at the exact same time as reducing our flow downhole. That requires controlling the pumps in a very coordinated way. We've got string pumps, boost pumps, we have top fill pumps. Some of them need to be increasing while some of them are decreasing.
It's super complex.
It's a very complex process.
Yeah.
And to date, we've required our driller to be doing that. That, in my opinion, is taking him away from his primary job, which is focusing on monitoring the well.
Yeah.
And what we want to do is we want to automate that process so that we can leave his supercomputer in his head to be concentrating on the well. And working with the NOVOS team, we've been able to achieve that. So that's been a very recent collaboration that we've gone through, and I think it's going to yield massive results for us in terms of process safety, but also efficiency.
Yeah.
You know, efficiency for me isn't always doing things quicker. It's doing things correct the first time, every time.
Yeah.
And that's where we're going to get with that.
Yeah, absolutely. I think you probably answered this question a little bit, talking about automation. And I want to preface with, none of us have a crystal ball. None of us can tell the future, for sure. But where do you hope the collaboration between Stena and NOV and Grand Prideco, where do you think it leads the industry as a whole?
It's not even hope. I know that we will continue to meet our clients' requirements. You know, our clients are going to come with us and they're going to push us further, and it's our job to meet that. You know, The operators are smart people. They tend not to ask us stuff that are completely impossible.
Right.
You know, sometimes they might, but we give it a good dose of looking at, and we try and figure it out. But generally speaking, they're looking for incremental gains, and it's up to us as service companies, as the providers of the drilling service, to figure that out. So, I mean, my hope is that we just continue to do that, because we have been doing that up until now.
Sure.
I'd say in my space, the MPD side of the industry, over the last 10 years, I don't know if it's bold to say, it has been a bit of a revolution, because we have been drilling wells that were undrillable. You know, I had one client who were able to drill a well this year that they had been sitting on for 18 years because it was undrillable.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
But using the technology that we have, we were able to make it happen. So we have been pushing the envelope. We've been achieving amazing things in the last 10 years. And that's only been possible because everybody's pulling in the same direction.
Right.
A good example is that MPD allows you to drill longer, drill further. But that requires longer casing strings. Longer casing strings are heavier. Heavier casing strings need stronger landing strings, drill pipe, to deploy them and get them landed in place.
There it is.
So nothing can progress on its own.
Right.
If we are getting better in one area, we need everywhere else to keep up otherwise.
It's like it's all connected in some way.
It definitely is.
Like Joel Pipe.
Right. Oh,
So cheesy.
wow. That's a great way to end this.
Man, thank you so much for coming. This is a really great conversation.
Nick, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thanks for your time.
All right. Thank you.